Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, and today we have my review of The Exorcist, which of course came out in 1973 and is a horror classic. And this video will contain spoilers, so if you haven't watched it and you want to, make sure to go and watch it first and then come back. So with that said, let's get on with the review. Obviously this film's a classic for a reason. I was never going to dislike it, I don't think, because I do think it's great and I do love it, but there are definitely aspects that I don't like, and please don't take that the wrong way. Just because there are things I don't like doesn't mean I dislike the film. I definitely like it, I want to get it on Blu-ray, and I really like it. Let's start off with the stuff I do love, which is the majority of it. The girl who plays Regan, is one of the best child performances, if not the best child performance I've ever seen. It's like really good, and that performance helps me buy all the characters in this film, in particular the relationship between Regan and her mother, which is really nice, and it makes the possession even more upsetting. And bringing up the possession, it's done really well, and they managed to make certain things that would normally be quite comedic. They managed to make little things like that seem scary and unsettling and uncomfortable. We have a fair bit of time spent with one of the priests, and for a while it's actually pretty unconnected from the main plot. Eventually obviously they do connect, but for that while it's like his mother passes away and it's all just character development, and it's really nice to see because it's clear that this film wanted us to care about the characters, and we do. All of the characters in this film are really good, and it's actually incredibly scary actually. The demonic face that we see, it's stuck in my head. Like, I'd seen it before, like online, but watching the film and seeing it come up in this film, it's like stuck in my head even more now. Like when we get the cuts in the hospital, I think it was the first time we saw it, and that really has stuck with me. However, as I said, I didn't love all of it. There were definitely parts that felt dated for me, and the famous piss scene didn't work for me. I don't know why, it just didn't feel very scary or anything like that. The actual Exorcist himself dies in the film, but I personally didn't feel an emotional connection to him. I didn't know much about him as a character, so I wasn't emotionally attached, and it was a shocking moment. It was definitely like a woe moment because he's dead and he's the Exorcist, but emotionally I didn't feel anything there. The actual demon itself isn't clearly explained either. Like, we see the Exorcist, I don't remember his name and I apologize, but we see him open this small stone thing they find in a rack at the beginning, and due to acting and everything and music, I think we're led to believe that him opening that unleashed this demon that possesses Regan, but it's never confirmed. Like, the face we see that I mentioned before, we don't know what it is, and the statue thing we see in Regan's bedroom, like, we guess that's the demon maybe, or at least I did. We just don't know, and I think it would have been nice to have some clarity, but at the same time I just don't care because the rest of the film is so great. Like, it's similar to in Back to the Future, I suppose, because in that film we don't know why Duck and Marty are friends, we don't know how they're so close, but we don't care because it's just so good, you know? And that's what this is for me in this film. Like, we don't know much about the demon, and it feels like we should, but I don't care because the film's just so great. The Exorcist is of course a classic, and it's a classic for a reason. I'm very glad I watched it. This was my first time watching it, and despite it being dated in some areas, it was a real experience for me, and I give The Exorcist a 9 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of The Exorcist in the comments below. Do you love it or did you hate it? Let me know, as I'm going to do a respectful ballot to myself and everyone else in the comments. Sorry if uploads are a little less consistent. I spent like a whole day working on a video on my second channel, so on there I'm not going to upload for at least a few days, and on here there may be a bit more spaced out. But yeah, I'm enjoying YouTube overall at the moment. I just don't want to overdo it for myself, if that makes sense. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, take care, and I will see you in the next one.